Hi, Mrs. Novello here, and now that we've reviewed what Inktober is, we're going to spend the next couple weeks learning and applying a couple pen and ink techniques and applying them towards daily drawing challenges. So for this activity, you should have prepared the upper right-hand side of page 9 like this. It is our do section, and we're going to be exploring linear and cross-hatching. These are both drawing techniques that are used to create texture, tone, and value. They can be considered a stepping stone to learning more about drawing, and both techniques work well with different kinds of drawing media, including pen, ink, which is what we're using. So for today, I'm simply using just a regular black ballpoint pen. You can also use an ultra fine point Sharpie. There are other types of inking pens that you can use that are more advanced, but for just your basic around the house mediums, any one of these will work for today's activity. So we're going to start with linear hatching, and linear hatching is just basically parallel lines that are drawn right next to each other in order to create tone, texture, and even shadows. So it can be in any direction you want, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the circle. So I'm going to start off across the top with some horizontal lines, and my goal is to create some lighter and darker tones. And I'm going to do that with breaking up some lines across the top at first and applying them with lighter kind of pressure with the ink, and I'll zoom in a little bit. And then my lines are going to become slightly darker, slightly longer, and closer together. And this is going to create the darker tone. And then I'm really going to start condensing them down, especially towards the right side. Just kind of layer them. I might bring this up a little bit to transition that. You can already see that the lines are creating a darker tone. And then I'm going to continue this across and kind of ease up a little bit. It always helps to draw attention to your shape or space or form by creating the outline. So going over that once again. And then I'm going to cast a shadow using the linear hatch here by creating some highly condensed parallel lines that extend outward to cast that shadow and really make sure that's dark right underneath that circle. So this is an example of linear hatching. So now that we've practiced our linear and cross-hatching pen and ink techniques for the day, we are going to work on today's prompt from Inktober. And today's prompt for 1023 is RIP, rest in peace. So I want you to write that down here, and then underneath that, write brainstorm with 5. And what that means is that I want you to brainstorm 5 words that you think of when you think of rest in peace. For example, I wrote tombstone, grim reaper, a person who has passed, a ghost, or maybe some crows. I decided that I wanted to do a rough sketch in pencil of a tombstone. So that's what I want you to do is any of your topics. They don't have to be these, but if you come up with a different topic or if you choose one of these, you're going to do a pencil sketch of that thing. Then, when you're done with that, you are going to apply the pen and ink techniques to ink your drawing, like this. Once you're done with your pen and ink techniques, it's always a good idea to go back around your original outline to re-establish everything within the composition.